Here we go.
What does a podcast production company do? How does a podcast generate revenue? Where is the industry headed? These are just a few of the questions that podcast founders and experts are answering in a new show from the Podcast Academy and DCP Entertainment. Podcast 360, where you'll get a 360-degree view on what it takes to build something that lasts in the podcast industry. Each week, company founders and podcast experts will sit in the hot seat and answer 3 questions about all things podcasting, like content production, building a successful brand, sales and marketing, or founding a podcast-based business. The challenge is that they'll have just 60 seconds to answer.
Podcasting is still a comparatively small industry if you compare that with other media. So being able to share what works, being able to, more importantly, actually share what doesn't. Nobody likes talking about their failures, but it's always quite nice to end up doing that.
I think there's a lot of exciting things that are happening in the video space. I think that it's great for discovery. There's a new audience hopefully awaiting us over there. I don't think the RSS is going away anytime soon.
If somebody is dropping off in the first 10 minutes of your show, if it's a 40-minute podcast episode, that still constitutes as a download and a listener. It just doesn't bode well to the success of your content if your average consumption rate is below 80%.
The next week, the guest becomes the host, turning the mic on another industry colleague, creating a daisy chain of knowledge and perspective. We'll also uncover fun and surprising facts about our guests through a game of 2 truths and a lie.
My second truth is that I love open water shark diving.
I released the first streaming radio app in the world.
I never graduated from high school.
I once had dinner with Drake.
6 months into being Omni's CEO, I was legitimately asked by a staff member if I actually knew what Omni was and how it worked.
This is your chance to peek behind the curtain for insights on creating and growing in the podcast industry. Whether you're a podcast expert or enthusiast, join us on Podcast 360, launching on August 8th with new episodes every Tuesday. Make sure you follow us at DCP Official on Instagram for show news and updates.